Hey Facebook community, it's Shane from Matrix. Coming to you from my house today because we have internet here and it allows me to actually shoot these live videos instead of posting ones that I shot off of the web. So anyways, today I wanted to talk about activity-specific movements. The best way to do this is when you're warming up for an activity that you try to do. So I've put a blog up previously about how to warm up for your activities using sensation to help warm you up as well as prime your nervous system. Today I'm going to build on that. So after you've warmed up your body sensationally, then you want to warm up actual specific movements for the activity that you're going to do. One of my favorite activities is playing tennis. So I'm going to demonstrate how I might warm up before I go play tennis. After doing my sensory warm up, I'll then come into tennis specific positions. So the first one might be setting up for a forehand. While I'm in a forehand, I want to start moving my joints in this specific position so that my brain knows exactly what ranges of motions I'm capable of at each joint when doing this movement. It helps to keep me safe, and it's a great way to make yourself feel better before you do it. So for instance, if I'm coming in ready to hit a forehand, I might work on some knee circles, seeing how much range of motion I have in the front leg, but also how much range of motion I have in the back leg. And it might be hard to tell from the video, but there's a lot more going on with the front leg than there is at the back, just based on the way my hips are positioned and the way my feet are grounded. From there, I could move up and do a little bit of pelvis work so that I'm warm there. I might do some scapular work so that my shoulder is ready to go, and I could do some shoulder circles there as well. Tennis elbow is a big thing within the sport, so I might do some elbow circles, preparing me to hit the ball, as well as some wrist glides, so that I know my wrist is stable and ready to move within the stroke. Then as I switch over towards my backhand, I might go through the same thing. Maybe I'll do a little bit of work for my feet and ankles, building it up into the knees, and seeing how that changes on other parts of my body. I could warm up with some grounded hip circles, creating more space in the hip joints. I might even set up and do some rotational lumbar work so that I don't hurt my low back when I play. And then same thing, I might want to go in, do some scapular motions, some shoulder motions, as well as some elbow work and some wrist work. Another position in tennis is hitting a serve. So I might set myself up within the serve. And then from here, I'm really working on going up, and there's a lot of spinal movement. So as I'm looking up to the ball, I'll start working on some spinal mobility in this position, maybe gliding from side to side as well. And then once again, I can work on how does my shoulder move in this position, both at the scapula, the shoulder joint itself, and then again with my elbow and my wrist. So the interesting about warming up this way, and I'm actually sweating a little bit just from doing that, is it's getting your body prepped for exactly what you're going to do, and you really get to learn about how your body moves differently based on the position that you're put in. So feel free, even if you don't play tennis, think about whatever activity you do. Maybe it's gardening where you're down on the ground, on your knees, and you're working on how you might move your spine, how you might move your arms to help pull plants out of the ground or to dig holes. It could be golf, setting up in a more stationary stance and working on swings and feeling how your joints move in that position. Whatever it is, give it a shot. Come into a shape that you're commonly in and notice how one leg moves differently than another, one arm moves differently than another. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, when you're warming up, go through your sensory first, then get into your more activity-specific things, and you'll be all set to go when the activity starts. I'll see you again next week with something new. Take care, and until then, stay well.